What is up, Rogue family? My name is Crim and welcome to this boss guide for the Mythic Shriekwing encounter, the first boss in the Castle Nathria raid. In this video I'll give you some tactics, tips and tricks you can use as rogues to make sure you guys have the tools to down this boss. Shriekwing is the first boss in Castle Nathria and as such is not too difficult, however there are still some things you want to look out for. Shriekwing is a two-phase encounter and is exclusively single target throughout, so bring your best single target setup. There are a few abilities in phase 1 you want to be aware of, and the first of those is the blind swipe. The boss will phase towards a random player and do a short frontal cleave in that direction. Fortunately, this is easy to dodge, you can just walk through or behind the boss. The second ability you want to look out for is the boss's Screech. He will send out some sonar waves in front of the boss. However, on Mythic difficulty you won't be able to see these unless you have the Lantern debuff, which is the Mythic exclusive mechanic. The Lantern can be picked up by a player. This should probably be your most mechanically adept player who is less likely to get hit by any mechanics. If that player does get hit by mechanics, the Lantern shatters, you will spawn an ad and most likely wipe. If the boss does send out his Screech, you can quickly run into the circle surrounding the player with the Lantern to gain a debuff. This will allow you to see the sonar waves and dodge them appropriately. Standing in the Lantern for too long, however, will add a stacking debuff that will eventually kill you. However, this is fairly lenient. The other ability you want to look out for in this phase is the Splitting Shriek. This will require you to line of sight the boss behind one of the pillars. If the boss is tanked close enough to the pillars, you can still auto attack him through the pillars. This is obviously easier as Outlaw with their extra auto attack range. The last ability you want to look out for in this phase is the Echolocation ability. The boss will put this debuff on 3 random players and will spawn a pool of blood and an image of himself that does AoE damage after a few seconds. You want to make sure you run these out to the edge of the room so you don't clutter up any of your movement space. This debuff goes fairly quickly, so don't try to stay behind to squeeze out some extra DPS, but rather just move to the edge of the room as soon as possible and use the rogue's many movement abilities to get back in quickly. After about 2 minutes, the boss will phase into his second phase. He will jump to the middle of the room and send out another load of the sonar waves that you want to dodge. Make sure you have the Lantern debuff active on you at all times throughout this phase, because getting hit by any of the sonar waves will spawn another pool of blood and an image of the boss, again the same as with the Echolocation. You will also be having to dodge the ear-splitting shrieks that the boss will cast randomly throughout the phase. The phase is fairly straightforward, the boss is immune, so don't try to game any extra DPS, but rather focus on doing the mechanics. Make sure you have the Lantern debuff and dodge the sonars, and after this phase is over, it is just rinse and repeat until you kill the boss. And with that, you now have all the tactics, tips and tricks you could possibly need to down this boss. I wish you guys the very best of luck. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more boss guides and other rogue content. And come chat to me on my stream, twitch.tv/CrimWow. And follow me on Twitter at Crim_IRL. Have a great day and I'll see you guys in the next video.